Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Hardscape Growth Show. I'm your host, Alex from Techo-Bloc, and today we're talking about incorporating outdoor living features into your designs and your builds as efficiently and profitably as possible. And we're going to do that by talking about how to eliminate a lot of the guesswork. And we've put together some pretty awesome resources that we'll be sharing with you throughout this episode. And you can find links to them in the show notes here on your favorite podcast player or on the show page on hardscaper.com. But today's episode is really about helping you take that next step from a design build perspective to bring as much value as possible to your clients. And now is the time to do it. How do I know this to be true? Well, perfect indicator is when the news is talking about how important it is to invest in your backyard. Today's article on the Washington Post at 6 a.m. today, May 26th, if you're looking for this, is the new American status symbol, a backyard that's basically a fancy living room. Now, if this isn't music to your ears, I don't know what is, because this paints a picture of a very bright future for all of us in this industry. We should be very excited. Not only has the pandemic opened people's eyes to the importance of investing in their homes, renovating their homes, and expanding their indoor living space outdoors, now it's become a super awesome flex. Hey, man, I got an awesome backyard. You should come check it out. Come spend time in my house. I got the best pad in the whole neighborhood. And that's really what drives the industry forward. That's what includes more opportunity for all of us operating in the space. And that's what really grows the size of the pie. So we're always talking about, can I get more share of the market for my business? Who am I competing with? I need to have a competitive edge. I need to beat my competitors. The bigger the pie gets, the more we all win, the more prices go up, the more profits go up, and the more people understand the value that we bring. This is great news. But in order to take advantage of this, we have to have some experience or some resources so that we can capitalize on the increased demand for things like fire features and water features and wood-fired ovens for cooking pizzas and steaks and baking breads and desserts and all kinds of fun stuff like that. We need to know how to build these things and how to design with them if we're going to take advantage of the situation. So today I wanted to talk about a resource that we put together. We started putting this together a couple of years ago, and we've been adding to it ever since. And it's called the Contractor Support Manual. So if you go to Techo-Bloc.com, in the top right corner on that website, you're going to see that you can select your persona. You can select if you're a homeowner, a contractor, or a specifier like an architect or a designer or an engineer. If you're a contractor, make sure that you set your persona to contractor so that you can get access to all the resources that we've prepared for you as an industry professional. One of the things that we have is the support manual. You can find it by typing in techobloc.com/support-manual, or you can go to the resources tab on the menu, and the first thing under technical resources is support manual. On this page, you're going to see that you can download helpful guides for the construction of water features, fire features, cooking features, and table and seating features. So basically everything for outdoor living that isn't the flat work. If you want to build vertically and add any of these features to a backyard, you have helpful guides that you can use. What are these guides comprised of? Well, let me tell you. For each one of these, and I'll take an example. So we'll go to the support manual, and let's go to the cooking features. I'll download the guide, and we'll take a look at the grill island. So we have the Borealis and graphics wall counter or bar or grill island. It all depends on what features, what accessories you put into the structure. We have that, and that's what we built on the 2020 Contractor Showcase project with Sean from Premier Outdoor. What we have is obviously an image of the finished product. We have the build time, 6 hours. We have the staff required, 2 people. The total labor hours, 12 to 14 man hours to build that outdoor living or cooking feature. The next page, you have a list of materials, everything from the base material, so the clean stone that goes underneath the concrete pad. We have the concrete forms. We have the bags of cement. We have the grade pins. Then we have the Borealis wall that we need. We have the quantity of graphics wall that we need. We have the number of vents required and the dimensions of the vents required to be able to have a natural gas or liquid propane grill installed in this structure. We have the access doors. We have the grill or any other appliances like a griddle or a side burner or anything like that. You have the dimensions of the countertop, and you even have things like the FlexLock Ultra Adhesive. So everything has been thought of because we built this. So we've made the full list of materials that we needed, and we calculated all the time that we needed. We also made notes on every single step that we did, from running conduits for gas and electricity or water services if you want to put a sink in, all the way down to the installation of the vents, the installation of the final blocks, the installation of the doors, the countertop, what kind of caulking to use underneath and on any seams on the countertop. Everything has been thought of here in this design. And then the next page, you have row by row drawings. So every piece that requires a cut is already identified for you. It's colored in orange, and the dimensions of that cut are there. So you don't have to figure any of this stuff out in advance. In fact, you could take advantage on your next rain day to pre-cut all the pieces that you need, package them back up, and then deliver them to the job site when it's time to build. This is a huge, huge time saver for anybody. And it also can reduce the requirement for certain skilled labor on your job site. If you can pre-cut, pre-package certain components like fire features, water features, benches, or even grill islands at your shop, have it all wrapped up on a pallet, ship it to the job site. Maybe if you're the guy who's doing a lot of cuts or girl who's doing a lot of cuts for your business or for your crew, maybe you can have the team just assemble it because you already took care of the cuts. So that's something for you to evaluate, whether you cut them on site or cut them at your shop in advance. Either way works, but everything's marked out for you. On the next page, you have the CAD drawings, you have the elevation drawings, you have all the dimensions to the 1/4 inch. So you know exactly how much space this thing is supposed to take, exactly how many of each material that you need, exactly what are the dimensions for the cuts, and exactly how to lay it out so that this thing goes up as quickly as possible. How quickly? 6 hours. Now, this is the reason why we did this, because in talking to contractors coast to coast in both Canada and the United States, it's been my experience, it's been Paver Pete's experience, it's been the experience of our nearly 60 sales reps, that a lot of contractors are reluctant to offer features like this to their clients because they've never built them before, and that's okay. It's totally understandable. It's a very competitive market. It's difficult to predict a lot of the labor that goes into building different things, and labor is the most expensive variable of an entire project's cost. So building things you've never built before, when you don't know exactly how much material you need, you don't know exactly how long it's going to take, you don't know exactly the steps, there's going to be a lot of guesswork. There's going to be a lot of troubleshooting. There's going to be a lot of mistakes. And those things erode your profit on a project. And if you've tried it once and you got burned, you might be reluctant to try it again. So that's why we put this guide together, because in here you have over 120 pages of all this stuff for any imaginable feature using Techo-Bloc wall products. And most importantly, they've been optimized based on the dimensions of the products to have as few cuts as possible. So this is really the fastest way possible to build these different features using these different products as efficiently as possible with as little waste as possible too. So this is all good news. If you're skeptical about whether or not this actually works, I encourage you to reach out to Sean at Premier Outdoor, because we built this grill island with him, and he'll tell you how he had never built a grill island prior to that one on that job. And if you ask him how easy it was, he'll tell you it was pretty easy. We had everything that we needed in terms of information, so we just followed the steps and we built it. And 6 hours later, we had a grill island built and ready for the grill to just be popped in and ready for delivery for the client. So this is the type of stuff that really can elevate your business, because you can add these features to projects a little more easily with a little more peace of mind. So that's part one. So that's Techo-Bloc.com/support-manual, or if you're on the website, click I'm a Contractor in the top right corner, then click resources and you'll see support manual, number one thing on the menu. The second thing on the menu is the designer toolbox. And this one is awesome because if you use almost any design software out there, literally anything that anyone has ever mentioned on this show that they use to design projects is covered on this page. We've created the design files. You have the hatch patterns, you have the textures, you have the colors that you can incorporate our products into any design on almost any software imaginable or available in North America. But more important to that is if you are taking your designs and you are turning them into 3D renders, you're probably using something like Sketchup. It's an awesome tool. It's easy to use. There's a ton of support on YouTube. There's a ton of community groups as well on Facebook. So it's a great, great tool. If you're not using it and you do want to start elevating your design game into 3D, it's a fantastic way to do it quickly, easily, with as little pain as possible. What we've done with SketchUp is not only do you have all the textures and colors for the pavers, the slabs, and the walls, but we've also created the 3D models for all of these features. So these fire pits, these water features, these benches, tables, grill islands, you can go to the 3D warehouse on the Designer Toolbox page, and you can download all those different files and bring them in. So it makes it a lot easier when you're designing that backyard space for your client. You can just drag and drop a fire pit in, and you know that it has been optimized for the products. And not only that, with the Contractor Support Manual, you have the exact list of materials required, the exact amount of time required, and every step to follow. So we've tried to make it as easy as possible, take as much guesswork out as possible, so you can feel comfortable adding these features to projects. The last thing I want to mention with regards to these outdoor living features is on the topic of fire pits. Fire pits are the most popular. They're the most sought after. They're the number one searched outdoor living feature. And they're one of the most popular products that we see hit on our website. So people start their buying journey looking for things in their backyard. They're not looking for pavers and walls. They're looking for the things that they want to do in their backyard. And a lot of people want to chill around a fire. So the last thing I wanted to mention, and we have an episode that we covered on this topic that goes through A to Z, or I'm Canadian, so A to Z for my American friends, for everything that you need to know about incorporating natural gas or liquid propane burners into your fire features. So I'll link that one in the show notes here as well. But all of the Techo-Bloc fire pits that you can buy prepackaged from our dealers are available with warming trends burners for liquid propane or for natural gas. And these kits have been custom designed to work with the fire pit, so you have zero cuts to do. That includes the vents and that includes the ignition panel. Everything has been designed to fit perfectly with our products. So all you need to do is just stack up the blocks following the designs, slide in the vents at the prescribed location, slide in the ignition panel at the prescribed location, use a Tapcon or a series of Tapcon screws to drill in the collar to the second to last row of blocks, drop the burner in, get your gas technician to do your final hookup, and you're good to go. These burner kits are also available separately. And the burner kits, if you look at the dimensions of a lot of the fire pit kits or fire pit designs in the Contractor Support Manual, they're the same dimensions. So you could take these warming trends burners that are just absolutely incredible. And I really encourage you to, if you haven't seen it yet, I'll put a link to the video. The show notes are going to be full of links here. But you'll also see a comparison video showing the warming trends burners, these cast brass burners with a lifetime warranty compared to other burners on the market. So you can see how their technology really gives an awesome flame, really tall, really bright, really vibrant. And you can take these burners and you can incorporate them into a lot of the designs that you'll find in the Contractor Support Manual. So all this to say, People understand that investing in their backyards is a smart way to spend their money, to improve their property value, and to improve their quality of life. We are positioned for the first time in a very long time to not only be able to satisfy that demand, but surpass all expectations with the variety of textures, shapes, colors, and sizes of products available on the market. So by combining that design variety with the functional benefit of all these different features, really gives the clients the ultimate value for their outdoor living space. What we're trying to do between the efforts that we're doing with hardscaper.com and resources like the Contractor Support Manual and the Designer Toolbox, both on Techo-Bloc.com, is give you, the hardscape professional, all the resources possible so that you can succeed, you can capitalize on the surge in demand, and you can build a better business and a better future for yourself, for your team, and for everyone around you, because that's what you deserve for having made the leap into this industry, and we're here to support you the whole way. So this has been a pretty short episode, but I think there's a ton of helpful information in here. If you like this kind of content, please make sure to leave us a review. And if you have ideas for other topics that you want to learn about, you'd like for us to talk about, or a guest that you'd like for us to interview, please send us an email to podcast@hardscaper.com. And we are recording episodes regularly. This is a weekly show, and this is episode 20. So our next episode, we're going to call out a couple of the awesome tidbits and bits of knowledge that we picked up from our first 20 episodes. And then we're going to get into some more wicked interviews. So please stay tuned. Thank you so much for supporting us. We literally have thousands of listeners now, coast to coast, in every state, in every province. It's amazing. Thank you so much for the support. And until next time, work hard and pave harder. We'll see you next week.